Who the fuck is Tristian Wunder?
Oosters, what's up, guys? This is Tristian Wunder, and I am proud to present to you the very first episode of Down the Rabbit Hole. This will be a series where I'm just going through, breaking down a record that I've released, and it will be a record that I've either mixed, mastered, produced, recorded on, or something that I've built from the ground up. And today, we got my newest release, Meadows. Now, this is a record I produced from the ground up. I mixed it, I mastered it, I even did the artwork. And I have a new series that I'm going to be bringing as well to break down artwork design, cover design, and any type of graphic design that I do moving forward. Now, like I said, this song is called Meadow. It's available for streaming on Tidal, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Deezer, basically anywhere that you can possibly find some music, you'll be able to listen to this record. Now, I want to thank you guys for watching this. If you are tuned in, I ask that you go ahead and give this video a like and then leave a comment if you learned anything about me or about creating music that you didn't know before watching this video. One more thing before we get started, you can follow me on all social medias, and that's at Tristian Wunder. That's TRISTIANWUNDER. Go ahead and give me a follow right there. Go ahead and show me some support, and I'm going to show it right back to you. Smell me? So, yeah, man. And one last thing, actually, before we even get into it. If you can see this right here, man, this is the Wonderland Ink Staple Tee, black colorway. You smell me? And if you guys are interested in purchasing any merch, any designs, even if you don't know me, I made sure that my design was so good that it looks foreign, it looks something that you can style with anything. So if you like this, click the link in the description. You can go ahead and copy one of these shirts, and we'll get that out to you as soon as possible. And I will be doing discounts in the near future as well, so stay tuned for those. Let's go ahead and get into this breakdown, man. So I started off this record with some chords. I always start off with chords. So we'll go ahead and listen to these chords and see what it sounds like. I played these through a pad patch. Not sure what I did it through. And as you can see right here, I have an instrument track that has multiple MIDIs. Now, the way I produce is I use one instrument track and then I bounce it all out to audio. So you see my 808s, Vox chops, my weird plucks, or whatever I name them. And they all came from one track. The reason I do that is because I'm able to save my MIDI channels. Then I can go in here and I can just hit H on my keyboard, and then I can hide it after I'm done if I feel the need to, But I don't feel the need to, so we'll continue. First thing we're going to be breaking down is these chords. Let's go ahead and give these a listen. Now, these are some very simple chords that I seem to lay. They're basically the whole backing behind the entire hook of the record. As I went through and I built it out, I kind of structured it differently than what I was anticipating I was going to do. So this kind of starts off the first part of the hook, and then I have a part that's strictly for the verse that came in a little bit later. So let's go ahead and get into that as well. Next, we have the piano that I added on top just to give it some more space and some more texture to the sound. So let's hear how that sounds with the pianos. And then one thing that I actually did for the intro of this record is on these chords, I came through, and this is what I usually do once I find me a nice chord progression. Came through and I added an accent, and what I call an accent is basically just a melody where I go a higher octave or a lower octave. Excuse me. So here we have that. We have the we have our melody, our chord with a melody in it, and this is basically the sound that I use for the intro and the outro. Kind of sounds like a transition in between worlds, so hopefully you can get the idea where I was trying to take it conceptually. So it just kind of sounds like a zipper almost, The next sound that I actually added, we'll go right here, is this patch I have right here called the Weird Pluck. Mind you, all these sounds are EQ'd. All of them do have effects, but they are bounced down. As I get into more live production and streaming, You'll be able to see my process. You'll be able to see how I record certain things, how I process them, and how I ultimately get the sound and effect that I'm looking for. Okay, so right here we have this weird pluck. Let's go ahead and hear what that sounds like. And as you can hear, that's kind of like a little, it sounds almost like a key. I hear delay that I put on there so that it trails off better and it gives it more atmosphere. I also put an S1 imager right here. And this is just to give it some stereo separation. I EQ'd it with a Pro Q3. Let's go into these vocals and see what that sounds like. Again, this is the main backing melody for the verse portion of the record. So let's go ahead and hear what these vocals sound like. And those are heavily EQ'd as well. I actually doubled the EQ up on these. I'm pretty sure I EQ'd them before I bounced them down. Then I EQ'd after, just some cleanup. Pretty much the last portion that we have of this record is this 808 piece right here, man. And I kept this 808 real simple. And I know how YouTube, you guys like seeing the 808 pattern. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the 808 pattern right here. Oh. There we go. Sorry, technical difficulties. Go ahead and show you the 808 pattern right here. As you can see, it's real simple. I just stayed in my root notes. Kept it real bouncy, just to give it some space in there. So let's go ahead and hear what this 808 sounds like. And that's pretty much the entire production side of this record. I'm actually going to go ahead and show you guys a few different things that I did as far as the processing on the mix bus, just so you understand how I get the sound that I want as far as references go. Now, please keep in mind that when I finish a record, I bounce all my stems out of all my buses. So my instruments will be in the track, my vocals will be on one track, my drums will be on one track, and I take that and I throw it into Universal Audio's Luna. And once I throw it in the Luna, man, I do like stem mixing and mastering. I add some of their tape saturation. Then I come through and I add my mix bus chain, which is almost essentially a copy of this with less plugins, because I don't always use every single plugin right here that we have on my mix bus. Sometimes I do, but most of the time I don't. So throw that in Luna. I add the tape saturation because Luna has this very, very vintage sound that I really love, and I always want my music to sound timeless. And the most timeless music always runs through tape, man. Always. I don't know one timeless record that I love that you haven't heard ran through tape. You smell me? So that's pretty much all on that. And then once we got through with all that and I put a little mixing sauce on it, this is kind of what we had, you know what I'm saying? And this is the record that came out, and this is Meadows right here. Tell me what you think.
Who the fuck is Tristian Wunder?
I've been focused on my growth. Niggas do the most. Thorns by my pedals. Double cross the devil. I've been in the meadows, staring at the flowers. Tell me that the world is ours. You got money, now you power tripping. Tell me our differences. Sadly, your arithmetic ain't added to your sentiment.
And that is Meadows, guys. I hope that you have enjoyed this Down the Rabbit Hole. I hope that you are looking forward to more episodes to come. I thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please hit the subscribe button. Turn on your notifications so that you get notified whenever I drop and post a new video, whether it be a music video, a new record, a new song. You never know coming from me, man. And I hope you guys have enjoyed again, and I'll be seeing you guys later. Oosters!